So I want to do a little video about this car under this cover. This is, let's take a peek. It's a 71 Cuda, and I bought this car about 5 years ago maybe, and I'm gonna restore it. So I wanted to do a YouTube series on the restoration of this car. So the first thing I want to do, I want to show you the car before I tear it all apart. And this car, I bought it in Miramichi from a gentleman that had a bunch of cars, and this was sitting in a barn. Now, when I purchased the car, he told me it was a TX9 car. And as I got looking at it, I noticed little hints of color, and I didn't think it was TX9. So today, I'm gonna go over the fender tag with you and show you all the options that this car had. Okay, so, and a little background on the car. Check it out. New Brunswick license plate, 1978. And the inspection sticker, 1979. So that tells me this car was put away in 1979, 8 years old. Someone had painted it black, and it's kind of cool. They did the tail panel in white. They did the spoiler. It's missing the top part, but they did the spoiler in white. And the mirrors, and these little gills. Kind of weird. But anyways, back in the day, we did all kinds of weird stuff. So the 71, of course, everybody knows they have the 4 headlights. The Cudas had the slits, and this one's got the rally hood. And we'll go over it's got hood pins. We'll go over the fender tag and see what options were on this and what what's been added and what's original. Okay, so I've got the hood open, and it says here 340, and it looks like 340. Check it out. There's some of the original color, so you can probably guess what the original color is on it. And so here's the fender tag. It's a little bit hard to see, so I've written everything down on this sheet of paper. There's all the codes. Now, when you're decoding these, I got this book by Ola Nilsson. And I'm telling you, you got to get this book. It tells you everything on these cars. It tells you all the codes and goes over everything about them. This book is really cool. And I got this right from Ola, and he signed it for me, which is really cool. And some of the pictures in it, a friend of mine took. This one, Robin McQueen took. So it's kind of neat. So so the fender tag right here. If you look down, GY3 right there. That's the color of the car. And that is curious yellow. So I was super excited when I read that, because this car will look so cool, curious yellow. And some of the other: rally instrument cluster, power brakes, center console, bucket seats, 3-speed, so it's an automatic, dual racing mirrors, rear window defogger, variable speed wipers, that's the 3-speed wipers. The hood pins and lanyards are original. The sport hood, that's these bulges. It's not just a flat hood. And the gull wing is J81. And a lot of chrome. Drip rail moldings, body sill moldings, body belt moldings, rear tail panel molding, dual exhaust, bright exhaust tips, tachometer, and the AM Music Master radio. I guess that's an option. So back here, it would have had chrome tips coming out the valence. And the 71s had the reverse lights separate from the tail lights, so that's how you can tell a 71 in the rear. And the 71 Cudas had the slits. But check out the interior. So the door panels, pretty good. Doors, not too bad. There's the rally gauges. They're all like 4 big gauges. Otherwise, it's got one great big one and then a bunch of little ones. The console, it's really musty in here. What else? It's just got the plain seats, not the leather seats. And there's the defroster in the back window. But, you know, some options, and the interior actually is not bad. Like, it's pretty good. I've seen a whole lot worse. And the best part was this car wasn't tore apart. I love buying a car that's all together. It's even got the lock mechanism in the door. Pretty cool. So this is how this is. When they have the fender tag, it's fun decoding them because you see all the options it had, and you can imagine what this car looked like sitting in the showroom. It didn't have a billboard. It had a wide body stripe, or a pinstripe, and it was curious yellow. So that would have been really cool. So on my next episode, my next YouTube video, I'm gonna do the search for the build sheet. And I'm gonna show you where the build sheet, where to look for it, and hopefully we'll find a build sheet for this car. It's pretty much unmolested, so we're gonna look for the build sheet, and I'm also gonna show you where to find the VIN number on this engine so we can check to see if it's the original one. So I'm kind of kicking off my YouTube series with this 71 Cuda, and I'm going to do a bunch of episodes on it. And I'm also going to do one on this Superbird that I bought that I'm restoring. And I've also got a Hemi Dart. We're painting it this week in our shop. And I've got a Scout that I'm building this frame. So I'm going to do episodes on all of them. So subscribe, and I'll try to entertain you. Maybe educate you a little bit. Okay, see ya.